It's the new year, and with the new year comes the New Year's resolution. And of course, being successful in business is all about setting goals. But the truth is, people suck at setting goals and suck even more at actually accomplishing them. And hopefully what I want to do is highlight a few points in this video that will actually help people achieve the goals, set the goals, and be able to follow the goals to the point of success. The first thing about goals, find a timeline for your goal. Now, a general timeline I like is about a year. It drives me nuts when people come to me and say, hey, I'm a startup or I'm this and I want to do this in 3 years. Truth is, nobody knows where we're going to be in 3 years, or I've even heard 10 years. So let's pick a timeline that is roughly within our control, because we know what our financial situation is going to be. We know what our short-term kind of situation is going to be. And it basically eliminates a lot of these extraneous factors that can affect our ability to achieve this goal. Okay. So the first point, set a good timeline that is far out, but not too far out for your goal. The second point is set an ambitious goal for your timeline, okay? So I'm here, and frankly, the reason I'm doing this is I set myself a goal of doing a YouTube channel. I'll talk about why doing a YouTube channel is a terrible goal and actually what my true goal is. But again, set an objective that is very ambitious for your timeline, right? Don't tell yourself, I'm gonna make 10 bucks this year, because that is not ambitious, and it's frankly you're gonna be there. Probably you're there now. Number 3, set very specific goals. Now this is where I see a lot of people trip up. You have to set very specific goals. Now what do I mean by that? I'm gonna go back to my own example of setting or starting a YouTube channel. Starting a YouTube channel has no data behind it. It has no objectives behind it. It is not specific at all. It is January 10th. I'm filming a video. I can upload it on YouTube. Mission accomplished. I'm done my goal for the year. No. So instead, a better goal, which I'm sharing with you guys, and maybe you guys can hold me accountable to this, is by December 30th, 2020, I will have 50 videos uploaded on my YouTube channel related to business, financial success, marketing, and tech. Okay? So there you go. There's my goals. But it's very specific. There's actual numbers and data behind it, and there's a deadline. And truthfully, I think people just hate deadlines. I feel like maybe because we went to school and our parents or our teachers told us about something is due by some date, that we've just intrinsically started hating it. But the truth of the matter is, you have to have deadlines. You have to have concrete objectives. Otherwise, you have nothing to measure yourself against. And it just becomes impossible to even call something a success if you don't know what your goal was in the first place. So going back, set very concrete objectives or very concrete ways to get your goal and to have a goal. So don't make it a random ambitious goal. Make it a specific ambitious goal. Now perhaps the most important part, build yourself a roadmap. Going back to my example, I want to do 50 videos related to business, marketing, financial success, and tech by December 30th of this year. Okay, well, we're already 1 week into the year. There's usually 52 weeks in a year unless something crazy happens, which I'm sure it won't. I don't know in what scenario that would happen. But basically, that means I need to average 1 video a week. Okay, but more importantly than just saying, okay, I need to do 1 video a week, I need to set myself a roadmap. Because I travel a lot for work and I have a bunch of other stuff going on, I'm going to set my objectives to 4 videos a month. That way, if I'm behind 1 week, I don't get disheartened that I'm off goal. And, there is such a thing as basically failure fatigue, if you will. By the way, failure is a bad word. However, having 4 videos a month seems realistic to me. And that way, I have a specific roadmap. And all I did for this was take the long-term goal that we all set and work my way backwards so that the work is spread evenly amongst the time that I need to get there. Now, you may have a business goal where you can't just say, well, Sami, I don't have a goal where it's easy, where I just do 4 videos, and maybe you have a manufacturing business or a t-shirt printing business. Fine. Then work backwards from your goal. If your goal is to sell 100,000 t-shirts, work backwards and say, I need my designs done by this date in order to start selling the first 10,000 by this date and then 50,000 by this date, okay? But the whole point of this is to have a roadmap for yourself. We don't go anywhere these days without Google Maps. What makes you think that you can be successful without a map for yourself? So build a map for yourself, you'll thank yourself, and more importantly, you can check against where you're supposed to be midway through the year, a third through the year, a fifth through the year, and basically say, am I at goal, am I ahead of goal, and realign yourself. And this is very important. And finally, you have all the pieces. You have your time horizon, you have your ambitious goal, you have your data-driven goal that you need to accomplish within your time horizon, and you also have the roadmap that you need to get to your goal, okay? The last thing now is self-discipline. Now, this is probably the part where everyone trips up, including myself, but this is where self-discipline and roadmap kind of support each other. If you get off goal, remember to have your roadmap in writing. Something that I do with one of my friends is he'll send me email every couple of weeks about how he's coming along with his business. And I know it sounds dumb, but just like working out, find a partner that you can just email with, even if you talk on the phone, even if you text, something that's out of the norm, something that feels more formal, and kind of do this buddy system if you don't feel like you have self-discipline, because sometimes I don't. And that is basically have a way to verbalize, whether it's in writing or otherwise, in a formal manner, how you're doing with your goals, so that you can kind of remind yourself, hey, I'm not doing so well, I need to speed up a little, or I need to catch up, or hey, I'm ahead of goal, let me lean back a bit on my rush and fix up on timing or on other things, right? So again, the self-discipline is so important, or just having a way to discipline your roadmap is extremely important. I'd love to hear, what are your goals for 2020? Leave some comments below, and maybe I'll help come up with ideas on how you can kind of get to your goals and what type of business you're doing. And we're at that point in the video. It's the end of my first video. If you liked what I had to say, please subscribe. Please hit the like button so that other people can see how to get to their goals. All right, I'll be back next week because that is my goal, and I'll see you then.